If you had to choose one particular type of jiu-jitsu, would it be gi or no gi, and you had to just do that forever? You couldn't change.
So
why?
Okay, so if we do it now, like you asked me, like, and you're asking me now, it's no gi.
Okay.
Right? So that's what we're doing now. That's what I'm studying. That's the thing. If you asked me 5 years ago, it would have been gi.
Okay.
So the transition to no gi has been happening for longer than 5 years, but I started in the gi.
Yeah.
For the first 6 years of my training, it was all gi. I never did any no gi, and the passion was gi. As more people wanted to know no gi, people didn't have a gi. When I went off jiu-jitsu and came back to jiu-jitsu, after that it was all no gi.
So it'd be fair to say you were true to the art in the gi, and then you transition, going back on what we were saying, no gi's kind of taken over now. And did you transition over because in that particular break, because you wanted to try something new? Were you bored of gi, or because as we know, Barber competes as well, and around the brown belt level, when you were brown belt some years ago, you were heavily competing, hence all the medals on the wall, and your smooth com profile is out of the
Okay, well, can you bring this down a couple of pages?
What made you transition? What was the main reason you transitioned from gi to no gi?
The club. Okay. So I was teaching a lot of the no-gi classes.
Okay.
What I found was that gi and no-gi games are now so different.
Okay.
The meta in each of the game, gi and no-gi, is so vastly different.
Okay.
Because when we go into the gi, we start talking about all the gi guards, and I know we've been doing some session where we start talking about worm guard and the matrix guard, and we start talking about that stuff, and then you come across to the gi, and you just don't get all of them. So now you're talking about leg entanglements, and you're talking about K guard and all that type of stuff. And what I was finding was that when students were doing both, they weren't getting good at any one in particular.
Okay.
So then we made the decision as a club, actually, you know what, for the adults, we're just going to go no-gi.
Yeah.
And that way we become specific, and we can really focus, and we can get good at one style of jiu-jitsu. And when that happened, then I'll study that style of jiu-jitsu a lot more.
Yeah.
Do I watch gi? Sometimes. I still do. But my main focus is on the no-gi style.
Yeah.
I went, where can you do the armbar from? And I remember him saying, you can do it from everywhere.
Okay.
And he got the guy who was practicing on, and he did it from mount, from side control, from back. He just went through all these positions, and he was just swinging off and getting all these arm bars. And I was like, wow. I was just mesmerized, and I was like, I want to be able to do that